right, welcome back to Yellow Digital Orb, and this is the Yobo Show with Yomi Adegboye, who is popularly known as Mr. Mobility. So in the first part of the video, he shared how, he started his blog 17 years ago as a passion. He also talked about how to know who your target audience should be. Even if you do not have the passion to write, you can start a profitable business in blogging. You don't have to do everything yourself. But if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we share another exciting video just like the one you're about to watch. So welcome back, Mr. Mo. Thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
It's been a really insightful, I'm taking notes, so I hope you're also taking notes. It's been an insightful experience listening to you. And before we rounded off the first video, you were talking about the hiring process. What is it about the hiring process? How do you get writers who think like you, or who have the same vision you have for the blog, and then how do you get them to run with it?
Human resources is the backbone of every successful business. I do not see how we can talk about running a successful blogging business without talking about human resources. So it's a big challenge in our current environment. And the reason is this: there are not many multidisciplinary people around yet. What do I mean by that? Earlier on in the first part of this video, I mentioned how I had a unique combination that made it easy for me to pull this off. That was a combination of great skills in writing, and also a passion for mobile phones, as well as a knowledge about mobile phones. That's a multidisciplinary field. Blogging as a rule is a multidisciplinary field. You need to know the subject matter, and you need to be able to create content around that subject matter. There are lots of people who know the subject matter. It's the same way teaching is a multidisciplinary field. You have to know a subject matter, and then you have to learn how to teach, and then be able to communicate that to your students, to your pupils. So in staffing, you're going to have to look for people who not only know the subject matter. If your blog is a legal blog, they know the law, and law is wide. They have to know the actual, sector of the law that you're trying to focus on. The same way technology is wide. There are lots of tech blogs. There are not a lot of tech blogs that are as focused as Mobility Arena is. Most tech blogs do everything. They talk about web, talk about mobile, talk about Internet of Things, talk about crypto, everything. It's a mixture of everything. Sometimes focus is a boost, right? And so if you want to focus your business blog on a very specific field, you're going to need to find someone, or you're going to need to find people who know that field and who can create the kind of content that you need around that field. So they know the field, they must also be able to write. In some cases, actually in many cases, they also need to be able to do at least basic image manipulation, right? They take a picture, crop it to the right size, resize it, apply a filter on it. Most people can apply filters these days, but the important part that most people can't do is resizing and cropping in order to arrive at a particular size and effect. So it might take actually more than 2 skills. You know the subject matter, you can write, you can do some image manipulation. Let me make it worse. You also should have some basic knowledge of SEO, search engine optimization.
Yes.
Why is this? Because you can create a fantastic piece of writing, publish it on the internet. It has beautiful images,
Would be
and nobody is going to get to read it because the search engines don't like it.
hmm, hmm,
SEO is what makes your content likable by search engines.
hmm.
So, you know the subject matter. You can write a little bit of image editing, and now SEO. It's tough staffing people for business blogging, but it can be done. I have done it. Others have done it. It's a tough process. You're just going to have to apply yourself to it. There is nothing that is easy anywhere in the world. There's no business that's easy. You're just schools hire staff all the time, and some of those staffs are multidisciplinary. Maths, maths, you have to be able to teach well.
Yes.
Can you handle toddlers well?
Hmm.
Can you handle children of ages 5 to 10 well? Because what it takes to handle toddlers is different from what it takes to handle children of ages 5 to 10. And it's different from what it takes to handle children of ages, say, 12 to 18.
Yes.
So, schools pull this off all the time. It's a complicated process, but it's done. And if you're going to build a blogging business, apply yourself to it. Just be aware of these factors and apply yourself to it, and you'd be on your way to success.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mo, for those tips. I think you've answered some of my, you've given answers to some of the tips that I wanted to ask for in this question.
Okay.
So, you've mentioned some of the tips, right? But what are the tips to creating a profitable blog in Nigeria, where internet penetration is low and people don't seem to read? I personally prefer to even listen to audiobooks than I want to read them nowadays. So internet penetration is low, but for over 17 years, some of my tech friends, some of the people I know in the tech world, I met them through Mobility Arena. You have been able to build not just readers, you're able to build a community. How are you able? What are the tips? You could just list them, maybe 5 to 6 tips that every blogger who wants to be in the blogging business for long term should know.
1, pick a focus. Pick a focus. Laser sharp focus is very, very important. It allows people to know you for something and to remember you for something. If you're spread out too thin, people are unable to pin you down with something. So pick a focus, stick with it. That's 1. 2, after picking your focus, ask yourself, what are the things that people are looking for when it comes to this topic or to this subject? So I keep asking myself, what are people looking for when it comes to smartphones? In answering that question, I'm able to create content that you want to read, that all those other people over the last 10 to 17 years want to read, and inevitably they keep coming back. Also, you have to be engaging. Too many people do not understand. For example, this may be peculiar to the tech blogging field. I don't know how it is in other fields, but for example, in the tech blogging field, too many bloggers think that it is about the tech. In reality, tech blogging is media. And all media, the secret to success in all media is to be engaging. If your movies are boring, nobody's going to come to watch them.
Absolutely.
If your drama shows are boring, you're not going to have an audience.
Absolutely.
If your newspaper is boring, yes, it's news. We want to read news, but if it's boring, if you write it in verbose language that we have to pick a dictionary for in order to understand, you're going to lose readers. Create engaging content. Be very, very engaging. You cannot. I am naturally a laid back person. But if you read my blog posts, you think I am everywhere. That, I am at every party. I am VI today, I'm at Ikeja tomorrow. I'm at Ilukoju next tomorrow. My blog posts are not a reflection of my person. Personally, I don't mind sitting at home in front of my laptop 24 hours a day. But if you read my blog posts, oh boy, you are transported into a world that I choose to carry you into.
Sure.
And it sounds like, Mr. Mo is, he's everywhere. People actually think that I am an extrovert. Unfortunately, I'm an introverted person.
I know that.
When I show up at events, you would know that, when I show up at events, then people begin to wonder why I'm not acting the image they have in their heads. Because I take a seat and just sit there and that's it. And they're wondering, is that Mr. Mo? That quiet? Like that? It doesn't match the image they have. But I'm creating content. My content has to be engaging. And it's key. It's so key. If you lose it, you pretty much have lost everything. Another thing I'm going to say is that no matter the content you're trying to create, keep your blog lightweight. This is Nigeria. Internet is costly. Internet is often slow. If you want a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, to read your blog, keep it lightweight. If it's too heavy, you'll lose some readers. It doesn't mean that you cannot build a successful blog that is heavy and bloated. You can. I have seen a few of them. But if you want to increase your chances of reaching the widest number of people, if that's your target, if you're targeting people in Parkview and Ikoyi and VGC and all that, you can create all the special effects you have on your blog. They have the money to spend on internet. They have fiber cable leading to their homes, blah, 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 blah. And you will succeed. But if you want to reach people in Jalingo, Amuodofe, Abia, everywhere around the country, that's your target market. You want to read the widest possible range. Make your blog lightweight. Make it very mobile friendly, because most of those people have never owned a PC or a laptop in their lives. They browse from smartphones. And most of them are not browsing from 100,000 naira high-powered smartphones. Most of them are browsing from 30,000 naira, 20,000 naira smartphones. And quite a number of them are browsing from feature phones that are using GPRS or 3G till today.
Wow.
I have the statistics. I regularly look through the statistics of Mobility Arena, and I still see that till today, a huge chunk of our readers from Nigeria, we have, apart from Nigeria, we have a huge chunk of readers from India, from Europe, from North America, from Canada. But our Nigerian audience, a huge chunk of them still browse from low-end mobile hardware. And if you have a blog that is heavy and that is bloated, then you're making it difficult for them to access your blog.
Wow, that's really so much insight. When you were mentioning some of those things, I was really hoping that you mentioned mobile friendly, because I mean, blogs should build for mobile. Not even blogs, all businesses should build for mobile now, and then
mobile first. Yes.
For web later. Thank you.
That is correct.
For those tips. Now there's another thing that is vogue now. Videos seem to be the in thing, and everybody just wants to make video. Everybody wants to be seen, and then because attention span is also is getting shorter by the day, people tend to gravitate towards visuals, what they can see, that sticks. So do you think that video vlogging has had or will have any effects with how people visit blogs?
Oh yes, it does. It did. It's still doing it. It will do it. There is no way to avoid it. Every time that a new media channel or platform shows up, the older ones lose some
Market share.
audience or market share to the new one.
Mhm.
When TV showed up, radio lost some of the market share to TV.
Mm.
It is the order of life. It is the order of things. It cannot be avoided. But here is interesting thing. There were those who said then that radio was going to die soon because everybody loves to watch TV. It's been decades after. Radio is not dead yet.
And new radio stations are popping up.
New radio stations are popping up every year, right? So it's the same thing here. With video blogging showing up, blogs, text-based blogs will lose some market share to video because there are people who prefer video, and that's okay. But it is not by any chance spelling the doom for regular blogs. Both will coexist side by side, and in some cases there will be a mesh between them. For example, I have had people tell me over the last few years, Mr. Mo, you should be doing video. Everybody is going into video. Unfortunately for people who do that with me, it's usually because they don't know me. I do not chase after fads. And okay, I take back the word fads. Video is not a fad, but I do not chase after things because they've suddenly become popular. I think that's a better, that better communicates the sentiments I have. I do not chase after things or do things simply because people are doing them. Okay? I have a vision. I have a goal. I have a plan. That plan, as far as I can see, remains viable. And the last 17 years have proven it. An executive of one of the top mobile brands in the world was speaking with me recently, and he said, Mr. Mo, how do you do it? Everywhere I turn, I still see Mobility Arena. People are talking about Mobility Arena, about the influence it has on their lives, what it has been able to help them do. This is despite the fact that younger people have showed up, video has showed up, social media has showed up. How do you do it? So I have a plan, and I'm not shooting at random and shooting blanks. But what I have done, I have stuck with this plan, and this plan is not rigid. I keep modifying it. It's one of the things that you have to do too if you're going to start a blogging business. You have to learn to modify and adjust and adapt as times change. Because
Modify,
things do change.
adjust, adapt. Those three things.
Yeah. Yes. Modify, adjust, adapt. Very key. So I keep modifying. In my case, what I have done with video is instead of switching to full-scale, long video reviews, right? Because I really don't want to do video. Maybe I'll hire people to do video on a bigger scale someday. What I do now is I do short hands-on videos to showcase a phone. So for example, I can, I do a hands-on video showcasing what this phone is like, blah, 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 and then I put a few key specs there. And then I embed that video in my full review published on my blog. Okay? And, it works, right? It's different from being a video blogger as a primary thing. I am now using video to enhance what I am doing. But however each business chooses to handle video or respond to video blogging is left to them. You have to look at your business, your goals, your resources, and everything available to you, and decide how to respond to every new thing that shows up, including video blogging. Once you can do that, it's fine. If you feel the need to pivot, shut down your blog, and completely switch to making YouTube videos, that's okay too. If you have worked out your plan and you have seen, okay, this is good, but I am going to be better off if I abandon text and images and switch to video, that's also wonderful. That's okay. But My advice to people: don't just jump because people are jumping.
Yeah.
Don't hop onto something because it's the in thing now. You need to understand the issues involved. How does this affect what I do? If I go this way, blah 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 blah. You sort it out, then you make your choice, and I wish you all the best.
Yeah, so thank you for that. And I think I'd just like to add that there will always be new in things every day. So video might be what is in vogue now, then next month or next year, something else is in vogue. And then, so would you be moving, your vlog or whatever thing that you're moving to, all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mo. It's been a really amazing time with you. Well, I know that before I let you go, I know that last year, December, you launched the Blogging Academy. I even said I was going to register to attend because I actually have a blog that I've abandoned because it has potential. I have all of the plans, and there are a lot of people watching now from different parts of the world. And they're wondering, so Mr. Mo has been doing it for 17 years. How do we get to learn more from him? So I think it's safe. It's actually safe to talk about this Blogging Academy and how you are helping bloggers create successful blog businesses.
Thank you for this, Olamide. Yes, so last year I created a Blogging Academy. Part of my motivation for doing that is the fact that there are not a lot of people who seem to grasp what it takes to succeed at blogging, especially blogging as a business. I see people tell me, "Oh, I started a blog and blah blah blah," and after the first 4 blog posts, that's it. They're done. The blog goes silent. Most people I know who have started blogs have abandoned them, and it hurts because it hurts because many of them have potentials.
Mm-hmm.
Also, many people think that blogging is easy. I have had people say to me that if they had a blog like Mobility Arena, this and this and this and that was what they were going to do. Okay, I usually don't respond to things like that because who knows. I'm not going to diss anybody, but I'd like to see you do it, and let's see what we can all learn. And in some cases, I have employed some of those people. They blogged for 3 weeks, and then disappeared.
Oh, this table.
In some cases, in some cases, 2 weeks. After 2 weeks of blogging, they are done. They don't want the blogging life anymore. Everybody thinks it's easy until they try it. So it's like parenting. Everybody wants to be a parent. They think it's easy until they actually get in there. I hear a lot of things about parents. If I'm a parent, I'm not going to do this. If I'm a parent, I'm not going to do, okay, become a parent first. Let's hear what. It's the same way single people have the most to say about marriage.
Yeah.
I am not going to stress my spouse. I'm not going to give him any stress. I'm not going to stress her. Okay. And then, some of them get in, and some of them have come to me and said, Oga, we didn't know it was like this. We didn't know it was like this. So, with the Blogging Academy, I want to help make it easier for people who want to build a blogging business or who want to build a career in blogging. In other words, you'd like to learn blogging and then go get employed. Because someone like myself, I am looking for people to employ, but there are not a lot of them. Some people come up, they can write, they don't know about mobile phones. Some of them come, they know about mobile phones, but their English gives me headache within 5 minutes of reading. So there is a need to create a workforce that can help us scale blogging in Nigeria. You cannot scale an industry if you do not have enough people with the right skill sets to get the job done. For example, I could have built Mobility Arena into as big as it is now. I could have built it into something much bigger if I had 10 people who had skills comparable to mine. Comparable. Imagine what I would have done if I had 10 people who were much better than I am. I mean, woo! Would have, achieved awesome things.
Taking over.
So at the blogging, we would have taken over the planet. We'll be on Mars already. On Mars already. So at the Blogging Academy, I'm teaching writing, content creation, how to create engaging content, SEO, basic SEO, and for those who want advanced SEO, yes, I can teach that too. But as far as the Blogging Academy is concerned, you should just know enough to be able to create content that is informative, engaging, readable, and that the search engines love. That combination will produce awesome results for any blog or for any blogger. If you know these skills, if you have these skills, you'll be able to apply for work with any top blog anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world, and get a good job and get paid, and also produce good results for that blog. Because one of the things I have noticed over the years, I have spoken, my personal experience, I have spoken with other blog owners. They hire someone, those people create content, the content does not generate any traffic for them, so eventually you have to let that person go. And the person is wondering, but my writing is good, but blogging is more than just writing good. So we're teaching these things at the Blogging Academy, and everyone is welcome. Whether it is you want to do tech blogging, legal blogging, food blogging, academics, whatever the field, the principles of blogging are the same across board. And if you learn them well, you can produce good results as a blogger or build a great blog business as a business owner. How do you access this? Just go to my personal website, yomiadegboye.com. Adegboye, not Adegboye. Gboye.
So that was an amazing time with Mr. Mobility. I know I've learned so much. And the beauty of all of these things that you have shared, Mr. Mo, is that it's not just peculiar to blogging, it's also peculiar to vlogging. So all of these things, I take down and say that, this YouTube channel, I'm going to do it this way. This business, I'm going to do it this way. This service that I'm providing, I'm going to use some of these techniques. It's been really, really wonderful. Thank you so much for your time. We didn't plan to spend so much. So if you haven't watched the first part of this video, the link is up here. Make sure you get, and it's also in the description box. And you want to get in touch with Mr. Mo, please check the link in the description box and get in touch with him ASAP. The best time to start your blogging business is now. Don't wait, don't procrastinate again. So thank you so much. How do we follow you online? I know you didn't share your social media handles.
I am most active on Twitter.
Okay.
My handle is @Moverick, Moverick. That's where I'm most active. You can find me on Facebook, Yomi Adegboye. Search for Yomi Adegboye. LinkedIn, search for Yomi Adegboye. I am not on Instagram. I shut down my Instagram account.
Yeah. You couldn't. Okay, don't let me.
Nah, it was too distracting, so I just pick it up.
All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to share all the links to how you can get in touch with him in the description box. So make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we share another exciting video and invite another exciting guest just like Mr. Mo. So here's Olamide saying bye for now. Signing out. See you next time.